Hello everyone. If you're new, welcome to my channel. If you're coming back, welcome back. I really do appreciate the patronage. Today I'm going to be talking about Jehovah's Witnesses and earthquakes. There's not much else I need to say before I get going with the video, so let's go ahead with the video. In 1984, Watchtower claimed in Survival into a New Earth that the number of major earthquakes has increased 20 times since 1914. But is this true? This may not be much of a question for my usual viewers, but Watchtower uses this bit of dishonesty to convince followers that they are in the last days. First, it should be noted that a temporary increase or decrease in earthquake activity is a normal part of fluctuation. In other words, it means nothing. Secondly, the Comcat Earthquake Catalog contains more earthquakes in recent years, not because there are more, but because we are better at detecting them. Long-term records since about 1900 indicate that we should expect 16 major earthquakes on average per year. From 1973 to 2017, we exceeded the long-term average only 11 times. 2010 saw the most earthquakes with 24 major earthquakes. On the other hand, 1989 saw the fewest earthquakes at only 6. So, question for you. If earthquakes are getting more and more each year, why are there some years where they are less? Another question you should ask yourselves is, how do they know that? Seismology was not invented until 1880, which means this is the first time records were kept. So how do they know that we are having more earthquakes since 1914 than the past 2,000 years? Researchers classify earthquakes as significant using 2 criteria: high magnitude on the Richter scale and high human death toll, usually over 1,000. Neither criterion has seen an increase since 1914. It may seem that we are having more earthquakes, but the number of major earthquakes is more or less stable. This can be partially explained by the fact that there has been a sizable increase in seismographic stations around the world. In 1931, there were about 350 stations worldwide, whereas today we have more than 4,000. Also, better equipment has allowed us to detect small earthquakes that were previously undetectable. So these small earthquakes that were undetectable are now being included in the earthquake number. Some seismologists and researchers have compiled data on historical earthquakes. Some have been recorded as early as 2150 BCE, but not in any systematic way. Watchtower wants to work their followers into a frenzy about earthquakes, but here are the facts. There has been an average of 1 major earthquake per year for the last 2,000 years. The earthquake with the greatest magnitude occurred prior to 1914, and the earthquake that resulted in the greatest loss of life happened before 1914. In 1201 CE, an earthquake killed over 1 million people in Egypt and Syria. Watchtower claims in the 1989 Reasoning from the Scriptures that there had been only 856 major earthquakes before 1914. They define major as at least 7.5 on the Richter scale, destruction of at least $5 million U.S. in property, or caused at least 100 deaths. Experts in seismology attest that the number of earthquakes has been consistent for thousands of years. Therefore, we can safely conclude that the number of major earthquakes before 1914 far exceeds 856, the number given by Watchtower. The second criterion is rather useless because for the majority of history, people lived without modern amenities. In 2002, only after figures proving Watchtower wrong about the 20 times figure became readily available, Watchtower conceded that earthquakes exceeding 7.0 on the Richter scale remain constant. Well, friends, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, press the subscribe button, and if you would like to know when I come out with new content, hit the bell next to the subscribe button. If notifications are not working, I usually have something out every day. My Twitter, Discord, email, and PayPal links are in the description, along with the source that I used for this video. Please leave comments in the comment section. I love hearing from you. If you have any requests, you can leave those in the comments as well, or you can DM me on Twitter, or you can email me. Question everything and never be afraid. Here are a few videos from my library. If you have not watched them yet, go ahead and watch them and tell me what you think. Until later, friends, goodbye.